Beyblade's custom line is out for Hasbro, and I think I've made a combination that will make it the king of every single Hasbro release. Okay, not really, but this video we're going to be reviewing all 4 of Hasbro's custom line releases. And if you like Beyblades that spin, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment your thoughts. And as well, check out our Amazon affiliate link where you get a little bit of commission if you use the link. I would appreciate it. You can get the new CX stuff. It'll be fun. So before we get started, I want to give a huge shout out to MDK Shady for helping out actually find it, because this was actually just dropped in the Ontario area, like throughout so many Walmarts, and we managed to actually get our hands on it. But let's first take a look at Courage Dran. This is an attack type release, and with Beyblade's new custom line. To do a brief little explanation, the basic line basically has metal prongs, the unique line has resin prongs, but the other difference too is the unique line has maybe kind of more cool gimmicks and stuff. Custom line is literal, it has customization. So far, after more than a month that has passed, they're kind of mid. They're maybe slightly usable, but nothing really groundbreaking, I would say. I think that's pretty fair enough to say. They maybe fill out niches, but let's take a look at Courage Dran. Alrighty, let's get it. Ready and set. 3, 2, 1, let rip. I got it. You have your lock chip of Courage Dran, which looks very, very nice. This is what you're going to be using to lock together for your custom line Beyblade. Your main blade, which is Brave, is 3-sided and is an aggressive attack blade. This is probably your best blade to use for the custom line right now for attack combinations. It works pretty well with, I would say, the Jag Assist blade, which is not out for Hasbro yet, and I would say also the Turn Assist blade, but it has some pretty good hits. The auxiliary blade of Slash is your lowest assist blade out right now for Hasbro's custom line. It features very much jagged points on here. I don't really like it on Brave because it pokes out a little bit too much, but it's kind of okay generally speaking, since all of custom line has this thing now where they can vary in height, which the other thing is going to show. To spare you from a long-winded explanation, for the CX assist blades, Slash is the shortest one, bumper, round, turn, they're very tall, and why this is going to matter so much and why you should care is that every single custom line release is way taller than a basic line or a unique line, meaning whatever assist blade you have on there is really going to factor into the height, because the taller you are, the more tricky it's going to be to use. Generally speaking, this is not some big factor where it's going to kill all of CX, but it's something you really got to consider when making combinations, because it really does factor in. 660 is your new low height ratchet. This ratchet has 6 focused points. It's pretty similar to 360, except I think it bursts a little bit more, but has very similar stamina and performance. Perfectly fine ratchet. With your new attack bit of Vortex, it's pretty much a combination of flat and gear flat, where it's a little bit easier to control than gear flat, but still has that aggressive attack power. It's a pretty fun bit to use on your attack combinations. I think it's perfectly fine if you want to use it on stuff. It's fun to use. So to assemble your custom line release, it's very simple. You're going to get your lock chip. You're going to place it right there. So next up, you're going to be getting your auxiliary blade. There we go, and you can see the QR code right here. You're going to get your bits to basically twist and lock it together, and then after fully assembled. Now with the assembly complete. It's very, very cool. Very curious to see how this is going to do in like a regular Hasbro state and just to see how it does. Yeah, it's pretty neat. Alright, so next up we'll be taking a look at Ark Wizard. This is a stamina type release that features a super low ratchet and a low bit. We'll be taking a look at this release and seeing what it can do. Alrighty, ready and steady. 3, 2, 1, rip. Got it. So then after we have our lock chip, which is Wizard. And I'm still gonna mention this again, this looks like the Vegeta Final Flash. Your main blade of Ark is pretty much, I would say, maybe best used on defense or maybe attack combinations. It doesn't really have that perfect stamina shape in its design, but I think maybe on attack stuff it can be good, or maybe it could outspin other attackers, or just pure defense. It doesn't really have much potential from what I can tell, at least right now, but it seems pretty okay-ish, I guess. Not really too special. The auxiliary blade of Round is in this weird place where I don't know if the CX blades are just good designed yet to actually work well for stamina. I think it doesn't really align that good for Ark, but I do think this could be like okay defense. I do think it's one of the weakest CX assist blades out. I think Turn, if you want to use it for defense, is a lot better. It's a lot closer to the blade and it fills it out better, I would say, but you can maybe get it on some weird attack stuff to maybe try to give them a little bit of stamina. That's the best use I can think out of it for right now. 455 is your shortest ratchet out right now in Beyblade X. It is very much 4 Y points that we can see on there. I think it's a big scrape risk, and I also think it's kind of easy to burst. The thing is, unlike regular ratchets that's like a lock and hold, hold. This is more just a hold. And the other funny thing about this is that it does not matter if you have a really strong resistant bit or a really weak resistant bit, because obviously there's like a resistor there on the shaft that's supposed to actually make the ratchet a little bit harder to turn. It's universal, so all burst resistance is the same, which I think is perfectly fine for a ratchet like this, but the best use I could maybe think out of this was maybe just like weird low height attack stuff. It's a ratchet that's kind of tricky to kind of get the most use out of, but I think it's okay. Low orb is 1 millimeter shorter than that of regular orb, and pretty much this bit will turn, let's say if you have a 60 ratchet into technically a 50 height ratchet. It's generally speaking, I'd say pretty good for defense. Like orb has close stamina to ball, but you generally just use orb for defensive stuff, so really the same just applies here. Fully assembled! Yeah, I always liked how it was mostly yellow. When they combined it with the green, I guess this might be a reference just to the fact that you had the Knight's Beyblade that was green, but... Next up we have Dark Perseus. This is a defense type release that has some pretty cool stuff we'll be talking about later on as we open it. Alrighty, 3, 2, 1, let rip! Alright! Next up, we have our Perseus lock chip, and I will mention this if you are a Metal Fights fan. Yes, this is a homage to the original Gravity Fights Perseus, or Destroyer if you like me to use that term. The main blade, which is dark, is like this really weird blade where I'm trying to make it work, but it's really hard. I've tried defense, I've tried attack. I think its niche is maybe on attack use for combinations on like low height stuff. It's got this really wavy design, but a lot of CX is just hard to use just because of the whole height change that they did for everyone, which it's like so hard to figure things out. Now the bumper assist blade is whole purpose is basically shock absorption, so it's basically supposed to have like these little gaps, so when you try to hit it, it's supposed to absorb a lot of the impact. I would have honestly preferred if we didn't have like these weird gaps exposed on it, because not only does, for an example, the dark main blade have plastic exposed which could break easily, but having like these weird gaps of plastic I feel could also just kind of die pretty easily when they make contact. I do think potentially on Ark's main blade you can maybe get some use out of it, but otherwise I don't really know what else you'd maybe do. Again, like I'll suggest, probably some funny attack stuff against other attackers to try to outspin them and outlast them. 680 is a ratchet that they released. That's the best I can say for it. 80 height's already niche enough as is. I don't really know what you would use 680 for. You'd probably just find a heavier 80 height ratchet, but if you can find use, go for it. Which is a funny bit that they actually released. Now, this actually has 10 gears instead of 12. It's basically similar to that of Rush. The whole purpose, it's supposed to resist an extreme dash. I do think it has a pretty big burst risk whenever I've used it, but I could just be having bad luck or whatever. It's hard to find a good wedge combo. A good pal of mine, Crazy, which I actually saw recently, which I'll put up some footage from Anime North. Phoenix Wing 960 wedge seems like a pretty cool combination to use with it. So if you want to use like something on wedge, maybe like heavy builds or whatever so it can hold still, it does actually have decent like defense and stamina. Just like the risk of the bit bursting easily is kind of big there. Voila, Perseus. This is still my favorite out of the custom line right now. It is because of the aesthetic of just being reminded of the original Perseus, so I am very much biased, but I don't know, man, it looks cool. I think what I also like about it is that even though this is a homage, it still does like a little bit enough to make it kind of unique in the style of Beyblade X for its design. Last off, we have Reaper Incendio, which probably has the most promising part in this that we'll be talking about, which I'm very excited. Oh, also this is the balance type release. 3, 2, 1, let rip. Yippee! So then after we have our main lock chip here, which is Incendio, I'd probably say in the entire lineup so far, this is easily the best looking one. I just like the head shape and how like the flames are coming out of the skull. I think it looks really nice for the aesthetic. The main blade of Reaper is really tricky to use because you would think this is very close to Scythe Incendio for how it is, but it's really modified. The best I could get out of this is like really niche defense use on like the turn assist blade. It's just a blade that's too tricky to use just because I don't really think it offers crazy stamina. It doesn't really offer that much attack potential. It can, technically speaking, it cannot last other attackers in these matchups, but that's its niche, so I just say like throw it on maybe defense and just like go to town. We have what I consider to probably be the best assist blade out right now for Beyblade X. It's the turn assist blade. There's 2 modes to it, one of which where it is an attack mode where the little things are pushing down, and then upwards is defensive mode. What I really like about it is it's super heavy, so attack or defense are just going to get a big buff because it literally just covers a wide area on these combinations, so it's pretty good to use, I would say. It has a lot of versatility right now. For 7 days, like I would ever Saber Ratchet, I feel 4 sides burst really easily because of that little protrusion that it has on there. If you want to use it, you can make it work, sure. I could maybe suggest maybe like those Hexa builds, maybe some weird stuff like that, but I'm not personally a fan of it. Kick is a really cool bit because even though it's very close to Taper in design, obviously the shape is significantly different from Taper, it can actually stand quite a bit and have some pretty good endgame stamina. It also literally kicks the stadium as it's kind of going around and moving. It's a pretty unique bit, I would say, for balance types. So fully assembled! Look at it, very cool. I think now, yeah, this is supposed to be its attack mode or whatever. Yeah, looks very nice, hold on. Alright, now we got in the defensive mode. Very clean. You'll probably see the weights right now on the screen, and we're gonna move on. So I'm joined here by the amazing and powerful and talented blader that is my mother. Alright, we're gonna be doing a test launch with each of these bays. We're gonna start off with Courage Dran. Okay, 3, 2, 1, let rip. Whoa! Let's try Wedge. 3, 2, 1, let rip. Okay, I don't know what I was expecting there, but I guess, yeah, that's certainly something. We got our Ark Wizard here. 3, 2, 1, let rip. Oh yeah, the stamina also. Okay, but we got Hell. We got Incendio. Let's get it. I'm actually curious. Wow, I did like a little dive right there. I was like, whoa, it comes back. We're gonna have these main blades first battle against each other, and we're gonna see who comes out on top. So I will let you decide who I get to use and who you get to use.
I'm gonna make it fun, and I'll use this one, and I'll let you use that one.
I should have more stamina and wins, but we'll see. I am like so stable in the stadium. What the? Ow! Yup. I think I win again. Let's go, Reaper Incendio, God! Blink and you'll miss it! The unseen X is real! Finish it, Reaper Incendio! Oh no! And I still win. Are you gonna get it? I'm gonna be using the mighty Perseus. I will not burst at all. True. 2 challenge rip. Perseus, counter it with your defense! Defense! Fuck! And you keep winning with it. Oh my gosh, we got the mighty Ark. Don't burst out! Fuck! Brutal. 3 down the grip. Here's what we're gonna do now. I'm gonna be giving these 4 blades that we have in my hand right now the best possible combinations I can make for them, and we'll make it battle against other good combos. Alrighty, so what is the custom line about? Customization. So for our first one, I have here Perseus Dark, or Dark Perseus, on turn 160 dot. A combination that is utilizing actually the turn assist blade downwards right here, paired up with Dark, where it's pretty much covering all these areas. And we're gonna throw it up against the stock combination of Impact Drake. Okay, it's first to 4, so hopefully I can pull this off.
I doubt it.
3 gentlemen grip. I don't know, it's looking pretty good for Perseus right here. I barely got a try and I'm already dying. I was getting cocky, then I started losing. 3 gentlemen grip. Yes, this is my strategy. Hold your ground.
Oh my god.
Oh god. Gentlemen grip. Oh, I revived! I came back from the dead. And just like that, it's another victory. But there we go! Next up, we're gonna go with generic build here of Ark Wizard on /960 low orb. Is just supposed to defend and hold a good stance, I guess. I don't know. We'll throw it up against Hover Wyvern on 160 kick, an attacker that should obliterate it. Gentlemen rip. Gentlemen rip. Alrighty, come on, Ark. I believe in you. Come on, yay! Let's cheer on Ark, because it's gonna win. Whoa, what the fuck? Oh, it actually did. I only rip. I'm afraid to tell you. Gentlemen, rip. Blinking will miss it. The unseen X is so real.
hear you. Waiting.
Two gentlemen grip. Okay, I did like a crazy launch there. It's got gentlemen grip. Gentlemen grip. Ark! Defend! Defend! Grip. This is what I need to win. We're gonna get Reaper on bumper on 455 Hexa. Three gentlemen grip. You will not defeat the mighty Reaper. Oh my god. Gentlemen grip.
Come on.
I think because the CX bays are like really big. Three gentlemen grip. Well, what if I had a combination that will rise to the top and destroy you with Courage Drawn, with the turn assist blade in a lower position for attack mode, with 560 and kick to defeat whatever I give you. We're gonna be giving you Wand Wizard 960 ball. This is such an easy start off that I should be. All right, I kind of underestimated Wand here because Courage could not land a single good hit on it, and I literally died so bad to it in the first set we did. Okay, also the next set, I just died really bad in the first 2 rounds. Like Rogers is tanking it so easily, can't make any good hits. Through gentleman grip. Mine.
Good job.
Through gentleman grip. Oh! Through gentleman grip.
Not you.
I'm gonna win. You wanna know why? Because I have the courage and the bravery to take on the strongest blader in Beyblade X right now. No one else would take this challenge. I stepped up to bat. I did all the training. Oh! Oh my god, it's a big win! There's a grip.
You're up.
There's a grip. No! Oh!
Sorry.
We're gonna give you Hover Wyvern because I think I can beat this 160 kick combo with this 560 kick combo. Grip.
Okay.
Gentleman grip. Yeah, this shit is too hard to beat. We tried it against Rod Hexa. Rod is just like, it's tough, and I thought I'd have an easier time in the stadium because it should be able to work easier for attack types. You know, not all the time, I guess. Not all the time. I guess this really is the collection line. Tough. Go. That's what we're talking about, yeah!
Yeah.
I'm proud of you. Thank you so much.
I love
Alrighty now, I am orange. I am not blue. Alrighty now, for the final thoughts, what do we think to end off? I would say so far for Hasbro's custom line, I think it's pretty much the same thing as before. Whatever probably works will still kind of work. I'd probably say your best wager is maybe attack stuff for right now. Once we get a lot more releases to come up for the custom line that are released for Hasbro and Takara Tomy, we'll be able to experiment a bit more. But if you find any cool combinations, please, let's be constructive and let's leave it in the comment section below. Let's try to get some fun comments going on to see if we can really make this line work. But that's kind of it for this video. So I want to say thank you all for watching. That's going to be it for now, and take care and bye.